What's up, everybody? This is Devin from Project Sax, and I'm here to talk about the American Music Awards, the AMAs. Um, Now, a lot of you are like, this is Project Sax. Why are you talking about the AMAs? Well, first off, I just want to say that I'm a musician. Now, for me to be a good musician or a great musician, I have to understand as many genres as I possibly can. That's my goal as a musician. Try to understand and listen to as many possible genres of music as I possibly can. Now, lately, all I've been talking about, is saxophone oriented stuff. And yeah, this is saxophone oriented because this is my channel about me playing my saxophone or whatever. And me just experiencing music on another level. And since it's Project Sax, I can always bring my sax into some kind of music that I've heard on the VMAs or the Grammys or the AMAs for this matter. um right now, the I am just uploading some videos, and I thought I might want to share some information with you guys about how I felt about the AMAs. Now, the AMAs was pretty good. I just want to start off by saying, pretty much everybody who got on the stage had like, well, the women, the females, had some of the best, most astounding dresses I've ever seen. Some things happened. Some wardrobe difficulties. With maybe some high heels, but other than that, yeah, everybody had some very elegant dresses, and some of them, were a little bit more nightlife type dresses, but all of the dresses were really, really well thought together and put together, and a lot of dress type swag was introduced in this AMAs. But let's move on to the artists. The artists were wonderful. The artists that performed were pretty wonderful. I want to start off with J Lo. J Lo was pretty good. And the only thing about J Lo is, in my opinion, I grew up, listening to J Lo's music. And as a kid, I grew up. Everybody talked about how sexy she was and how provocative she was, but at the same time, how multi-talented she was as an actor, as a movie star, um, as a singer and such. But right now, in this past 2 years, I have not, really even thought about J Lo. As a kid, everybody was like, "Oh, J Lo is the hottest junk on the planet." Jenny from the Block or whatever. But I hadn't, I hadn't even thought about J Lo since I was younger, like maybe 12 or 13. Now I'm 20, and to see her on the AMAs was a wonderful thing to see. I mean, not only did she have a nice dress, then it turned, she could rip it off and it became something provocative, but she also had this wonderful show, this wonderful choreography that I liked a lot, and it was nice to see J Lo, one of my old favorite stars in general, because she's so multi-talented, come back and bring her life back to the I guess forefront of the music world. So her dreams and all of her very various uh, I guess her, okay, I'm getting tongue tied here. All of the things that she do or does or have done was brought to this stage, whether it be dancing, maybe not the acting, but you know what I'm trying to say. She was brought back in another light, basically, and it was really, really nice for me to see her. Um, Another artist that I haven't seen in a while was or haven't really thought about in a while, was Christina Aguilera. Now, I'm not a big Christina Aguilera fan. I listen to her music every once in a while, and she had some songs that spiked my interest. But I never really been a big Christina Aguilera fan. I have three sisters, so I've always kind of heard her music around. And just put this out there: gender based is there's no discrepancy in my opinion. No discrepancy at all. I mean, you can be man, female, old, new. It doesn't matter. I listen to all types of music. So when I say Christina Aguilera, from Justin Bieber to Maroon 5, all that stuff, none of it's taboo for me because I'm a musician and music is what I do. Music is what I love. So just get back to Christina Aguilera. She had a very nice dress once again, and she came out on stage, and I forgot that much like Mariah Carey, she has a very high vocal range. So it was very nice to see her at the end of her song, try to explore some of that range, and kind of brought me back to some of her hit songs that I like. So it was nice to see her, but we didn't see her for long. Now, next I want to get on to Nicki Minaj. Now, as an honest guy who is trying to make, I guess, a good guy living when it comes to his relationship with women, and I have respect for women, it's kind of hard for me to, I guess, see Nicki Minaj as one of the best role models for women. Just I believe that what she's doing is cool for her. If that's what you want to do, I have no problem with it. I mean, I wouldn't want my daughter to do, if I had ever had a daughter, I would not want her to do what Nicki Minaj is doing. But I mean, this is what I feel. Nicki Minaj is doing her, and that's what she should do. She should stay doing what she does because she's Nicki Minaj, and nobody else is going to be Nicki Minaj. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't hate. Actually, I like a good amount of her songs, surprisingly, because at first I was kind of like, Nicki Minaj is kind of fake, and then I kind of gravitated to not necessarily her looks, not necessarily her, I guess, the way she dresses, none of that stuff that you can see. I never really thought of Nicki Minaj as the biggest attraction. I just thought she was she did her own thing. She was an individual. That's what I thought of Nicki Minaj. But now it's kind of more like she is standing up for herself and she's creating something that I never really thought that she could create. And she's creating this bigger individualistic picture, if that's a real word. She's really, really like making herself into something that's new, that nobody really has ever seen it. Because most people, that are bisexual or gay or whatever else, they may not have so much pride in it. And she is really, I guess, happy with who she is, and that not only makes other people happy with who they are, or who they are, but that kind of promotes a wonderful thing that I kind of took for granted when I first saw Nicki Minaj, but I'm kind of starting to like her a little bit, because a lot of people can say a lot of bad things about Nicki Minaj, and they can make things into bigger things, and they can be immature about a lot of things, and they can really, really put a lot of foul language in the air about Nicki Minaj and the way she represents herself. And I mean, yeah, you can really put a red dot and get some red ink and just mark up Nicki Minaj's resume and her profile about how she looks, how she dresses, how provocative she is, all that big jazz. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. When you see Nicki Minaj, you don't see the role model of well, most people that I know, who are intellectuals and higher standing people, don't see Nicki Minaj as the biggest influence for women. And I mean, they do have a point, but then again, she's doing what she loves, and she is somebody that, in her own way, could start a revolution. So, she's proud of who she is, and she did a wonderful show at the VMAs, being who she is, and yeah, the lights, it was spectacular, Nikki. That was a good job coming from me, because at the beginning I was like, Nicki Minaj, maybe I shouldn't, listen to her, but now it's kind of like I'm starting to like Nicki Minaj now. Um, for the bigger picture that she's representing. Not what you can see and not what you can, nitpick at and say, oh, well, she's not the perfect representation of this, because I believe now that she's representing a bigger picture. Okay, let's get off Nicki Minaj. Um, we're going to go to the trio. And the trio, as I say it, the battle that was going on between Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and Rihanna for that one particular category that they were battling for. I really think that Beyonce should have won. I mean, not to be a Kanye West, but yes, Beyonce should have won it, because I believe that Beyonce holds a very special spot in the industry of music, and pretty much, I mean, Kelly Rowland is good, but Kelly Rowland, to me, she's not Beyonce. And what I mean by that is Beyonce has so much that she's done, and I just feel like we can see her hard work through her music. And she's been soloing for quite some time now, and I know Kelly Rowland is, she's doing good. I love the song Motivation. It's one of my ringtones on my phone, but it's just like, you have to stop and think. Beyonce really, really, I don't know if she has a bigger fan base, but she's really, really, and deserving of this. Because you can just see Beyonce's hard work and a lot of stuff that she does. And that's pretty much where I'm going to stop it on Beyonce. I know she's having a baby girl. Hooray for Beyonce. Jay-Z is one of my favorite rap artists. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let's move on to Adele. Now, I know Adele wasn't at the AMAs, but she is having vocal cord surgery, which really, really scared me. I didn't know that. I mean, I know Adele is a phenomenal artist. I love Adele. But the thing is, when they said she was having vocal cord surgery, that scared me. That took me for a loop when I was looking at it a couple of minutes ago. But you really have to just pray for her and just make sure that her vocal cords are in premium condition when everything's done and the surgery is complete. Because "Rolling in the Deep" is just a phenomenal song, and I just I really, really like Adele. She's in my opinion, very soulful, and her voice is just so unique. So pray for Adele for us. And let's move on to Justin Bieber. I really didn't want to talk about Justin Bieber because Justin Bieber is in the news, talking about getting people pregnant or whatever not. I don't really want to talk about that. Project Sax is not geared toward the social pariah of Justin Bieber. I just want to say this, that my friend, one of my friends I know, and we was in the Office Depot, and we saw something that had Justin Bieber's face on it that they was selling, and they were like, well, he was like, don't touch that. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I was just looking at, just to look at it, just look. It was like, don't touch that. I was like, why? And he was like, because anything you touch with Justin Bieber on it can get you pregnant. I was like, oh man, that was messed up. But Yeah, Justin Bieber came out in the finale, and I believe he might have performed another time. Um, yeah, my opinions on Justin Bieber. I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to Justin Bieber. I know who he is. I know, he dances. He's everybody's, number one young looking kid, teenage, adult type guy that, the old, I guess, those old pop stars that used to come out like, uh, I guess what, like Timberlake and all those other old Caucasian teen model idol type stars. He's one of those, like a Disney Channel star like Selena Gomez. And, he kind of fits that category into the mainstream. Um, I guess a Jonas Brother or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? He's one of those types of guys, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. When Jonas Brothers came out, I was a big Jonas Brothers fan when they came out. And they were pretty cool, but yeah, Justin Bieber is just kind of like something just doesn't click in my head for Justin Bieber. I mean, Justin Bieber's all right. You like him, you like him. I've heard some of his songs, but I can try to get with his music. As a musician, it'll be my light of life to try to get with as many genres as I said before, as many genres as possible. Now let's get on to let's see here. Goodness gracious, rappers. Drake. Drake. I actually been listening to a lot of Drake lately. Been listening to a lot of Drake lately. I know that Drake, in his rapping, he gets this sort of mellow mood type rapping going on. He gets a lot of chords going, and he'll get this big bass line going. Not like a big bass line, but like a smooth bass line going. Like, have you ever heard Marvin's Room? Uh, Marvin's Room is a really, really good example of that. It's very, very, very mellow, and then when he wants to attack you with his rap, I think he has like two different tones of voices. Like when you hear him, like when he was performing on the AMAs, you could tell that he had like two different tones of voices. It was still Drake. Everybody knew it was Drake, but it was kind of like when it was rapping, it was like bam, 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 attack at you. But then when he was like mellow, it was kind of like it kind of matched the bass line of the whole song, and that was nice. Um, yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Drake though. Kind of listening to what he says more so than the rappers, and kind of how they portray themselves as the people who have them, the watches, the girls. I don't really get with that culture. Yeah, but rappers are poets technically, and a lot of people are like, well, rappers can't be poets because poets are very, very deep, and they're not. Let me give you a little, I guess, rundown of how I thought about it one day and how I got changed by DMX. One day I was listening to Cat Williams, and everybody know Cat Williams, a comedian, and he was talking about DMX and how DMX talks like, you know, you order me a salad and a water, and and it's like, and Cat Williams was like, well, yeah, he talked like that in real life, and I was like, laughing at it or whatever. But then, I kind of thought about it. I was like, if DMX talk like that in real life, I don't really want to listen to his stuff no more. If he can't, con- conduct himself in an orderly fashion in real life, what if I want his autograph and he talked to me that way? I don't want him talking to me that way. Talk to me like you have just a little bit of sense. But, and then I listened to one of his Def Jam comedy poetry readings, and it was like, wow, I didn't know he was this deep, because I can't tell that from his music. It's not that I'm not listening to his music, it's that I can't get past the fact that he's talking that way in his music, to sit back and understand it. Like, for example, if somebody comes up to you yelling, you don't want to really listen to what they have to say. You want them to calm down and approach you like the person that you are. Give me the proper respect. Before you come up at me like you have an attitude. Yelling. You don't really want to hear that. You want to hear, something that kind of matches music, because sometimes DMX is kind of out of his voice sounds out of character with music sometimes, but not all the time. He has his own he has his own voice, his own way of portraying his music, and that's really really good. When I was in third grade and fourth grade, I remember listening to DMX, a lot of times. But it's really interesting to see how if you compare DMX to any other rapper, how they are the same, but they can change you. They can make you think in a different way. Like Nicki Minaj, the way she's portrayed, I don't really like that, but how she changed my perspective was wonderful. And the way Drake is portrayed, like I said before, going back to what I said, sometimes in the videos, I don't really like all them videos. As a matter of fact, I would love to debate against rap videos or whatever, and the way they're portrayed, but Drake did a good job. I gotta give music props where music props are due. And if you don't like rap and you like rap is not good, I think rap is pretty cool. You just gotta open your mind to a really really big possibility, and it has to be on another level, not just, well, he's pretty deep in what he's saying, but I'm not going to listen to him. No, you have to listen to exactly what he's saying and like exactly what he's doing, and forget about what they're wearing, forget about what jewelry they got, forget about what they say in their videos. And one last example about the way people are seen and the way they're viewed on television and in the media. Chris Tucker, one of my favorite comedians in the world, is known as Smokey on Friday. Now, Smokey obviously smokes a lot. He loves to smoke, whatever, get high off, what I'm talking about. You have to stop and think, what are these artists, and comedians and I guess people in the media actually doing in their real life. And I saw an interview with Chris Tucker one day, and he was like, everybody calls me Smokey. Everybody calls me Smokey. But I don't smoke. He was like, I'm just a very good actor. I was like, whoa. You Smokey. Not only are you in one of the best, movies, that black folks watch, but you are Smokey. Your name is pretty much what you're known for, and you don't even smoke. Ain't that something? So that has given me this, view, and this idea that maybe I should start to look deeper into these rap artists, and I'm starting to like some of these people. So let me just move on to my last artist that I really want to talk about. She has really, really, opened my eyes. Now, granted, I have not been listening to a lot of her songs lately, but I know, a good enough amount of her songs to know who she is and what she stands for. And this artist's name is none other than Taylor Swift. Now, Taylor Swift, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful girls in pop, the genre of music, and it's just wonderful to see how she's blossomed, because she was very young. Her face, her physical, she's just young. She's just like Justin Bieber, like she's just young. You can tell that she has that vibrant young look on her face. It's pretty much very innocent and very true. You can hear that in her music. What her songs called though when she was sitting on the bleachers and you're not noticing me. That song, I forget the you know what I'm talking about. That song. She's very genuine, and you don't see that in many artists. And she's genuine and true and very, very humble about what she does. And it appears to me that she's worth the praise that she's getting. I mean, a lot of people say that Tiger Woods was the true humble idealistic role model type person. Then look where he got. But I still look at Tiger Woods not often, but occasionally. I used to look at him often, but now Taylor Swift is in the spotlight as one of the role model girls. Because after Disney Channel had released so many girls that was not the best role models, Taylor Swift who is probably not really a Disney Channel star, but she kind of fits the category that most Disney Channel stars fit that are females. Now, Taylor Swift is a really, really good artist, and I believe that she deserved every one of the awards that she got today. And I know she wasn't expecting the last one. I mean, I didn't really vote, but if I could have voted, I would have voted for Taylor Swift because someone that genuine needs to be brought to the spotlight, especially after the little Kanye incident. But I think she kind of deserved what she got. She was surprised, and I think that was her genuinely being surprised. I don't think anything was rigged like a lot of you guys say. Oh, it's rigged. She's winning everything. She's gonna win everything. Like a winning ACC basketball team. But that's not the case. You have to stop and think. That genuine feeling that she put in her music can appeal to a lot of teenagers. Not only a lot of teenagers, a lot of teenage girls. And when that goes viral, it goes viral. Like when Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber go viral, it's because teenage girls and young kids and all the younger people like them. It's not so much because the older people like them, it's because the younger people like them. And when the younger people see artists that can appeal to them emotionally, like Taylor Swift, it really, really convinces the vote. It convinces the fans. And not only is she genuine, but she's beautiful. She's been on many not concerts, but commercial appearances with the cell phones and stuff like that. And not only has her face continually been broadcasted, but her music has been broadcasted. Now I'm pretty sure she's not an actor, but if you can continually put your face on the screen, even if people don't know your music, if people have heard your music and connect your face to the music, it's kind of like, well, at Taylor Swift's level now, she can rise up even if somebody's not even a big fan of hers, just because they know the name Taylor Swift, know the face Taylor Swift, because it's all commercials, stuff like that. But she's, it just went viral because she hasn't even been out that long. I don't know how long she's been out, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't been that long. And now she's winning like 3 awards at the AMAs in one night. Are you serious? I was surprised, but I wasn't expecting it. And to be honest with you, I didn't know whether to root for her or not. But when I go back and think about it, think about because I have to get on Kanye. I have to get on Kanye. Kanye's not one of my best artist, but he's a pretty good rapper. So I was like, well, I gotta get on Kanye. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kanye came up on stage as she was accepting one of her awards. I think it was like a Grammy or something like that, and stated right in the middle of her little acceptance ceremony speech, he said, "Excuse me, Taylor, but I really think that Beyonce deserves this award. Zada zada zada, and you really, you know, pretty much he was basically spitting in her face saying, you really disappoint me. I thought Beyonce needed this award and deserved this award, and you basically nothing. You're not even on my radar, you know." And that really made me mad. Not that not that he thought that Beyonce needed it. But the audacity to get up on stage. Now, it's hard enough for me. 'Cause I didn't even think about this until today, but it's hard enough for me to get on stage and do what I love. But I love what I do, so I get up on stage and do it anyway. Now sometimes it's not as nerve wracking as other times, but to get up on stage and publicly not necessarily bash, but that's pretty much what he did, was bash her. You know, because if somebody's got an award, and she hasn't even really been on the scene for that long. And you, Kanye West, and you've been on the scene for a good little while, at least 4 years. You kind of understand how it feels to get an award, like, cause you're Kanye West. I know you've gotten awards that are better than, you know, what Taylor Swift had got that one day. You know, it might have been one of her first awards she's ever gotten at that magnitude, of maybe the Grammys or whatever award show they were on. For it to be televised, you to get on stage, the audacity for you to get on stage and to take her out of her moment, and she's a genuine type of girl who talks about it always in her music, and I'm pretty sure West has seen at least one of her or videos or one of her songs, or heard of her at least, you know. As viral as she is, she was winning an award, so you pretty much had to have heard one of her songs before. It really just made me upset to see that, and I lost a lot of respect for West that day. So, you know, big props to Taylor Swift, and we love you from Project Sax. So, yeah, guys, this was my reviews on the AMA Awards. I don't know why, but I always miss out on these award shows. I'm just always out of the loop, and I forget to put it in my phone. But this time I was lucky enough to, you know, my mom told me, hey, AMA's awards are on. And I counted from the beginning, and I watched pretty much every bit of it till the end. So normally I get impatient and skip parts, but yeah, it was really nice to see it, and I'm very tired, guys, but I wanted to go ahead and get this out so I don't have to worry about it, and everybody can have a good Thanksgiving. So I wish everybody who celebrates Thanksgiving a good Thanksgiving, and stay tuned to Project Sax. Even if you're not a big lover of jazz, you can appreciate saxophones, because saxophones are some of the, I'm not even going to say some of the, saxophones are the sexiest instruments on the planet, and they are wonderful to, you know, play and to hear, and to, you know, just, you know, vibe on when you hear them on the track. So this is Devin. Stay tuned for more Project Sax episodes. I might do a Thanksgiving hymn before Thanksgiving if I can get that up, if I'm not busy for these next 2 days before I get out classes. Thanksgiving hymn and more Project Sax stuff coming up, you know, so just stay tuned. I'm not sure exactly what, because I got so many ideas and so much stuff to do that I haven't even solidified it and put it into video form yet, but you guys will know. And I hope you're watching the videos. I got about 3 new videos I uploaded this weekend on the sax test, the ligatures test, and all that good stuff. So hit Sax Fan. If you're not, just keep watching the channel, and maybe you'll see something you like this video of the AMAs, my review. That was Taylor Swift, J-Lo, Drake, all of those good artists, you know, in my opinions on them. So it's very rare that I do one like this, but stay tuned for more. This is Devin from Project Sax, and I'm out.